everyone, welcome back to the stream. How are we? How are you? Hi! Oh my god, my mic is like... That does not need to be there. This needs to be over here. How are we? Holy shit. It has been so fucking long, and I'm so sorry for that. It's mostly because I was on a trip. And I can't talk about what I was doing on that trip yet, but I swear as soon as I am able to, I 100% will. There's some really cool stuff happening, and potentially some really cool projects that I get to work on and be a part of, and so I'm stoked for that. Let's see. How is everyone, though? How are you guys? Oh my god, hi everyone on Instagram. Anime King DC says hello. Hi! Also, I think my camera's a little bit weird. Oh no, that's okay. That's not that bad. It's a little bit weird for TikTok, but that's fine. Everyone on TikTok's just gonna have to come over to Twitch anyway. But... Hello! Holy shit, guys, war shit has been going crazy. My entire For You page right now is just like, I'm not even eligible for the draft, but my entire For You page is just people talking about the draft. And like the fact that it might happen, it's not gonna happen, you're fine. But it's like, holy shit, there's so many videos that are like, hey guys, here's what fragging is. This is a great term to know right now, and it's the funniest fucking thing. Oh my god, Skulder, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Holy shit. Also, hi to Miriak and DBCU, both of whom renewed their subs as well. Vujira's on 3 streams in a row. Nonster's on fucking 80, which is insane. Welcome back, Nonster. Hello. Hi, Captain America. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Let me make sure that I can see YouTube as well, because we are live on YouTube also. How have you guys been? London, hello. Hi. Yves says, did anything with the non-payment lawsuit go down? There's been some slight changes, and then I got involved in a separate thing regarding the fact that someone's contract was like super shady, and so I had to send a contract to my legal team. So there's been more legal fees. I haven't gotten the bill for those yet, so I don't know what they'll be. But it's always worth it. Holy shit. Unfortunately, that money never came back from the legal staff, so I kind of just ate that. But we're working on it. It's a complicated process, complicated thing. But let's see. Oh my god, Paul Map Guy says, and a pleasant holy shit to you too. Hello. Hi! And Victor says, hey Dan, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the sweatshirt. I'm literally wearing it right now. It's very comfortable. Yeah, so that entire closet is actually full of my own merch. Because I feel personally, and I will say this, I feel a little bit weird wearing Slut for Lore shirts out about in the town, because unless I'm actively going to a game store, people are gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I usually, except for the crop top, dude. Crop top, it's no longer available, I don't think. Holy shit, and that's not a me thing, that's like a Fourth Wall thing. Fourth Wall just decided to stop like having them. It's so fucking cute. It's like light, it's sweet. Phoenix says, where are the cats? They're sleeping. They're having a little nap right now. I'm so sorry. I know I said I'd give cat updates. They did go to a vet appointment last week, and they got put in like the cat equivalent of a straitjacket. I posted about it on YouTube. It was the cutest thing ever. Basically, they take like this fucking straitjacket for cats. They wrap them all inside it. They slam them down onto a table sideways, and they just give them churu to just kind of like lick while they get their shots and everything. And they slowly pull one leg and then the other out of like the little like straitjackets. Your butt deck says, darn, I was looking forward to wearing a Slut for Lore crop top while I deliver mail. I do wear my own merch. Actually, I wear it quite a bit through TSA, but I wear the white on white or the black on black version. So that way it's just like slightly less noticeable. But there's nothing I love more than my own fucking merch when I'm traveling, especially the blanket, dude. I'd live and die by that fucking blanket. Oh man. And that's not even me trying to sell something. That's just me being like, genuinely, it's good shit. But DBC said a burrito. Yeah, burrito. Also, someone on Instagram, hello, asked, Forever DM, I believe, said, what cons are you going to this year? So my first one is coming up in a couple weeks, where I'm gonna be at PAX East. So if any of you guys are gonna be at PAX East, please, please, please come find me. I'm doing a couple different panels. One is on how to not be a dick to other players. Kind of what I talked about in my video today, where it's like, hey, here's how you can bring other people into the spotlight, celebrate other players, not have main character syndrome all the time. And basically, it's called We Are the Main Characters, where it's all about how both the DMs and the players can make the table a lot more fun for everyone. I'm also going to be doing Monsterology 101, an incredibly fucking popular panel. I think we've sold out and run out of chairs every single time we've done it, which has been so much fun. I've been part of it almost every time, which has been amazing. And then there's also right afterwards an actual play that I'm doing. The Storyteller Squad is hosting a comedic Monster of the Week actual play on, I think, a pretty big stage. We're actually going to be like, we have a whole ass video advertisement in the front hall of the convention center. Like, it's pretty big. Hi Ty, hello. Forever DM says, oh, great topic. I'll be at WonderCon in a couple weeks. I have heard good things about WonderCon. I know a lot of people are going there. So there's WonderCon. I'm not going there, unfortunately. I missed ECCC. And I'm not going to be doing Rose City. I don't do any Comic Cons really, unless I have a specific reason to. So sorry about that. But I will be at PAX East. Following that, I'm going to be at Gen Con, PAX West, and PAX Unplugged. So 4 total this year. And, you know, I probably won't do TwitchCon just because it was kind of a shit show last year, but we'll see. I would like to. I would like to believe that I could enjoy it more than last year and not get harassed all the time by random IRL streamers, you know? Out of Print GM says, greetings from Yorkshire. Hello, I love your guys' pudding. I've never fucking had a Yorkshire pudding. I just know that it's a thing. It could also be like a completely different than what I'm imagining. The way that like black pudding isn't actually like pudding. It's just what they call it for whatever fucking reason. But Max says, what? I was really looking forward to getting a crop top. It might be available. So Fourth Wall does this thing where the shit goes in and out of stock all the fucking time. Hold on, DianaofTheRose.com. I'm pretty sure the Slut for Lore crop tops are still a thing. The Slut for Lore collection. We have a t-shirt, we have a hoodie. All of this shit's embroidered. Oh, we do have it. Yeah, so we have a cropped hoodie where you can get black and white. You can also do white on white if you want it to be like extremely fucking subtle. It is there. You just have to get really close to see it. This is, I'm pretty sure I have, I think I have this one, which is black text on a white hoodie. It's fun. It's cool. I like it. Sterling says, hey Diana, long time no see. Hello. And Nagaji says, well, it's not pudding. So is it not? Or is it? Oh no. Also, Yvette says, I wouldn't be surprised if TwitchCon had no female creators because of the whole Emery fiasco and their lackluster response. Yeah. And that was like, what, first day? I was there. Not actually while the incident happened, because I got to the con floor really late, but like, I don't know. As far as cost benefit, TwitchCon is mostly to see my friends, and most of my friends are coming to other cons this year. So, you know. It is a little bit cheaper for me to go to than other cons though, just given the fact that like I have a place to stay, where I usually have to get hotels for other cons and things like that. But let's see. Hi, Sterling. Good to see you. Long time no see. Trashy Mannequin says sausages and Yorkshire pudding equals toad in the hole. What the fuck? What is that supposed to mean? Yorkshire pudding. Because I also know that there's this guy who's like going viral on TikTok right now for... Oh, it's savory? Oh, I didn't know a Yorkshire pudding was fucking savory. Who the hell decided that? It looks like someone took a loofah. Like an old school, like actual loofah, and then melted it slightly, and then mushed it all in. This looks kind of like... It's a little disconcerting. It looks like a Danish, but wrong. Like, why is it puckered like that? Hello, someone says on Instagram, you look like Diana the Rose. Holy shit, where? And Trashy Medican says, we use the same mix for pancakes as we do for Yorkies. You guys call them Yorkies? So you go down and you say, oh yes, we're gonna have a little bite of a Yorkie while we go down on our way to the pub, except more British. This seems insane. It's very light. Is it? Okay, but it's savory. But you can make it sweet. Oh, I see. But that like has to be an extra step. So it's kind of like a sweet versus a savory quiche then. It's a baked pudding made from a batter of eggs, flour, and milk or water. A baked pudding. That just seems weird. Oh, and by definition, pudding can be savory, so yeah. Yorkshire puddings are similar to Dutch baby pancakes and popovers, an American light roll made from an egg batter. That's true, this is just a British popover, isn't it? Yeah, and then here we go. Sausages can be added to make a toad in the hole. And this is what a toad in the hole looks like. Sorry, Instagram, you're gonna have to pop over to Twitch to see what I'm seeing, but this is crazy. Clown Brand says, it's like those bread bowls you see for certain soups. Oh, dude. I had the best idea the other day. You know how you have like those crazy fucking like 2 a.m. sit up in bed with a genius idea moments and then you immediately go back to bed and you forget what it was? So like it's honestly recommended for content creators, comedians, or this is huge for comedians, writers of any kind, DMs, I actually recommend this too. You keep a notebook by your bedside, a notebook specifically. Because if you do your phone, then you might just like run out of, you'll wake yourself up too much and it'll fuck over your ability to do cool things in your dream. You'll like basically wake yourself up a little bit too much. Hi Maribor, saying I'm sick at the moment, but I saw you were live as I was scrolling past, so I thought I'd pop in and say hi. Ah, thank you so much. Oh my God, hello, I hope you feel better. Yeah, so I had a dream the other day where I was like, oh my God, I just had the greatest idea for a new kind of bread bowl. And I swear to God, I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't bread. and it was a bowl for some type of popular food substance that I really like. And I was like, oh my God, what is the, oh wait, hold on. Vinny says, where are you streaming? Currently on YouTube and Twitch, but Twitch is definitely the better place to be because I see YouTube only sporadically on my UI, on my overlay. But Twitch is definitely the place to hang. Also, hello to everyone who hopped over to Twitch, including Baxter, Joby, and Bubble Black Pie in the Face wants you to hydrate. So anyway, I just remembered that it was like some form of bowl for some variety of food, and it wasn't bread, and the food wasn't mac and cheese, so it wasn't some Panera shit, and I cannot for the life of me fucking remember what it was, but I remember thinking that it was the most genius idea ever. Maybe it was like the dessert equivalent of a bread bowl? But like they have that already, don't they? For ice cream? Yeah, so that's just like a waffle cone bowl. But I thought it was something better than that. Maybe it was like a cake version of that? I don't know. But then what's the difference between that and an ice cream cake? Man, I don't know anymore. Oh my God, Dr. Zero says, Thai time, check your treat stream, Diana. Oh my God, thank you. Holy shit. Wait, did you actually send food? Dude, that's amazing. I've been out of groceries for so fucking long. All I have are a ginormous, like Costco-sized bag of frozen fries and then a bunch of cat food, which by the way, no one told me how expensive cat food was, and no one told me how hard it is to find kitten food specifically. Someone asked where are the kittens. By the way, they're currently sleeping in the living room, and I don't want to bother them because they were the sweetest little guys. They were doing like little purrs and everything. Ethan? Wait, what? What did I do? Did you eat the cat food? I did not eat the cat food. You guys did tell me, what is it? You dared me to the other day? Jordan says, I'm sure you have chips too. I do have a fuck ton of chips, actually. So many from DB. I still have like snacks. Even says get food. I can't. I keep traveling too much. It just goes bad. I'll get food when I get back from PAX East. But point being, I have food. I have caloric intake. I just don't have diversity in it. It's a lot of ramen. But Lamar over on YouTube says, hello, host. Hi. And everyone who's chatting, what's been going on? Oh man, we're doing good. Yerba Dank says we said cat food taste test stream. So here's the thing, is the cat food that I get for these guys, cutest little things ever. It's the Purina Kitten Essentials Wet Food, I believe is like the name. And it only comes in 3 flavors. And when I tell you, I am the type of person, the type of pet parent to want to spoil the shit out of any pet that I have, this is not enough flavors. I want to give them like a whole ass 3-course meal. I want to give them like different types of entrees. I want to give them a menu that has only 3 items on it, you know? But it is pretty decent. Like they have chicken and liver, they have salmon and ocean fish, they have ocean whitefish and tuna. It's not, I don't know which they like the best, to be honest. Cheese Bar says the foodie girl makes foodie kittens. Yeah, do you guys want to see, okay, do you guys want to see their treats? Hold on, this is actually pretty cool. One sec. I give them, ow, fuck. Someone left their shit like in front of my door. One sec. So I give them a couple different types of treats. There's like the Purina food, obviously, and then I also have like these Vital Essentials freeze-dried treats. This one is duck liver, which is, I honestly can't recommend it. Because do you see how much powder there is in there? It just like crumbles so quickly that it's not 100% where it's like dust. How am I supposed to feed this as a treat? So I just sprinkle it over their food as like a little bit of a food topper. Hi, Bolt Dweller. But the cool one is that this brand also has freeze-dried minnows. And it's straight up like just minnow. There's only one ingredient. The ingredient says minnow. That's it. And so it's like, it's kind of gnarly looking, but I started feeding them this yesterday and it smells like fucking fish, of course. But it's, here, hold on. It's the whole minnow. It's just like that. Eyes and everything are in there. It's, it is very freeze-dried though. It's like rock solid. But I am breaking it in half and like kind of putting it on their food and making sure that one person doesn't steal, one cat doesn't steal all both pieces. But this has been like their little food topper. I have also seen people do dried minnows are a really tasty treat. Yeah, it's just straight up. And like we have so many size options in here. I gave them some pretty small ones to begin with, but like it comes with a decent amount. Cats need a fuck ton of protein, like a stupid amount of protein. And that's one of the things that someone asked if I'm a food reviewer. No, I'm just talking about my cat's diet. I have done food review streams in the past where I took like 20 different kinds of apples and taste tested them. I taste tested MREs as well. I'm just a foodie, that's all. And I want my cats to be foodies as well. But I've seen really complex like cat food, really complex like meals that people will throw onto their cat food because cats really, really like variety. And so people will have like, you know, things like the raw minnows for sure. They have like this fanciest fucking feast, a savory treat, a bisque, if you will, for cats. And like, yeah, it's just like little things you can sprinkle on top of their food. And people will create like they'll get whole ass livers, you know, chicken livers and things like that, and add them on top. They'll have like little quail eggs. They'll do whole raw diets, which is one of the very few things I remember from my college education about diets was that cats need so much fucking protein. It's insane. Like this one is freeze-dried quail egg yolks, and you can add this on top of your cat food. And it's like the coolest fucking thing. Like they eat fancier than I do. I wonder if I could cure my own egg yolks. It kind of makes me want to get like a little freeze dry machine. I don't even know how freeze drying works, but I want to learn so I can give the cats, just like so many things. Ivan says, how many cats do you have? Just 2, but they are litter mates. They're brother and sister. The boy cat beats the shit out of the girl cat, but in like a cute, adorable play fighting way. And then she like is so much smarter than him. It's very stereotypical, honestly. Not to anthropomorphize, but it is incredibly stereotypical. Trashy Mannequin says, I tried locking my cat out of my room tonight because he keeps trying to sleep on my neck, but now he's crying at the door and I feel so bad, so I'm letting him in. Yeah, so also Bat says, I love that you keep calling them kids. Yeah, they're my little kids. They're my little guys. But let's see. CT Boomer says she does a lot of nerdy stuff too. Pretty cool content. Yes, holy shit. I just saw the coolest thing. Oh wait, Crayhack says the egg stuff is specifically fertilized eggs and highly concentrated. Dehydrating eggs will not suffice. Have you guys ever had actual like, oh my god, not dehydrated egg. What do you call it? Like, cured egg yolks? Cured egg yolks are so great. And they're so fucking easy to make, by the way. Okay, so here we go. It's quite literally 3 ingredients. And it will enhance your life and make you feel so fancy. Cured egg yolks. All you have to do is you take eggs, and you like separate out the yolk, and then you put it in a bed of like you'd fill a Tupperware container essentially with half salt, fine grained salt, and half sugar. And you just gently make little pockets in the mixture. You lay the egg yolk inside, you cover the top with another sprinkle of that half and half mixture, and then you wait for like fucking basically 7 days, about a week or so. And then you take it out, you open up the Tupperware again, you rinse off the egg yolk, you quite literally run it under water and like wash off the excess salt and sugar, and then it's hard enough that you can almost like grate it over something. It's like a, let's see. It's almost like a very umami sort of like topping for things. So you can grate it over steak. This one is it over avocado toast. And it's just like such a great addition. It makes you feel so fancy. And you can cure it in a bunch of different ways, you know? Like I said, a bunch of people grate it over pasta, steak, things like that. Like this is carbonara with cured egg yolks on top. And it's so fucking good. But yeah, let's see. Bahar says, salutations, what's this stream about? Top 1 recommended for me with no context. We just fuck around. We are gonna play Bergie's Cozy Kitchen later, where you guys can hop in and order burgers from me, which is the cutest thing. Also, Eddie TV says, my dad is getting raw chicken hearts for his cats. They seem to love it. Oh my god, wait. Raw cat food. Because raw diets do work pretty fucking decently well for cats compared to like most animals. Of course, it's fucking expensive. And you can't just use normal human stuff for the most part. I'm pretty sure you have to go out and get like actual butcher pieces, but like chicken legs and whatnot are pretty common. Like it's just so cool. Like I want to spoil my kids like this. This cat looks so happy. This cat looks like it's about to be disappointed by the quality of wine that it was served. I want that. I want my kids to be spoiled as fuck. Let's see. And then Lamar says, do stray cats eat anything they can find? Generally, yeah. Mice and things like that. Cats are also like the types of hunters that will 100% like just hunt for fun though, which is why they're so devastating to environments. This is why you shouldn't have, oh my god, one of fucking several reasons why you should not have actual like outdoor cats. In fact, in order to adopt the kittens that I had to straight up, I had to agree. They ask like, oh, do you want, you know, an indoor cat or an outdoor cat? And I was like, well, I want an indoor cat only. And if you don't say that, they will refuse to adopt to you. So it's like a very much required thing. Same with declawing. They're like, oh, do you plan on declawing your cat? And if you say yes, then they won't do it, which is good. We want that sort of like check ahead of time. Noster says, are you finding them super active at dusk and dawn? I don't think so. They're not super, they're pretty sleepy at dusk and dawn, actually. Not that I'm fucking up at dawn. Listen, I'm not awake at dawn. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They could be over there playing poker around a poker table. They could be, I don't know, finessing the stock market. They could be buying lottery tickets. They could be driving, I do not care. I'm asleep. I'm not gonna monitor their activity that fucking early. That being said, I have seen that they're pretty active in when I'm about to go to bed. So like, I'll be like, hey kids, let's go to bed, and like bring them into the bedroom, and like, there's like a 20% chance that they actually do lie down and cuddle and sleep for the rest of the night with like in bed with me. And then there's a fucking 80% chance that they instead use the opportunity to use me as a springboard. And so then I proceed to not get any sleep for the rest of the night. Which from what I understand is pretty typical, but mostly they sleep during the day. Adam Marsh says, yeah, dry cat food doesn't seem to be really healthy for them, dogs included. So yeah, it depends. You kind of need like an all-encompassing cat food. There's specific, oh God, I could find the slides from back when I was in college. For those who don't know, I studied zoology back in college, and I actually had a focus on animal behavior, which involved a little bit of companion animal research and things like that. And I was actually straight up given a chart of like how many grams of protein and whatnot that every type of animal should get. And, you know, they recommended certain pet foods and told you what to keep an eye out for. You know, the whole grain-free stuff is, I'm pretty sure, a scam, actually. And all that sort of shit. I think it's either a scam or it's actually highly recommended that you get grain-free. I can't fucking remember. But Stormbrand saying, hello, I yet live. My partner is packing to fly over to Ireland to see me. I am hyped. That's amazing. Holy shit. And then congratulations. Also, Hayden, welcome in, and thank you so much for the sub for 3 months in advance at tier 1. So you get some new emotes there. That's wonderful. Brasidian, welcome back for your 45th stream in a row, by the way. Amazing streak you got going there. But yeah, with regards to cat food, I don't entirely remember what I did back when I was in college, but like, you have to compare cat foods for sure. I did talk to my vet, and they had their little intake thing the other day. I have a vet clinic that actually specifically caters to cats that I go to for them. And not only did they tell me, hey, don't bother getting insurance if you have like 3 or 4K in emergency savings, and I have 5K in emergency savings, so I was like, okay, great. In that case, don't worry about it. They're like, yeah, nothing you can do is really that much. Like, if you get pet insurance, really, if anything happens, it's going to be max like a couple $1,000s. And if you can just cover that as a lump fee from an emergency fund, you're probably better off doing that than you are paying for insurance. And so they did recommend us like a couple different insurance brands and things like that. But I have enough emergency savings that I won't touch. That's just going to be easier. And also, I literally have a degree in this shit. So I'm pretty decent about my ability to take care of a little animal. And prevent issues from the get-go. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Ivanov over on YouTube says, mine climbs up my stomach at night and starts meowing and kneading until I'm fully awake. That's so cute. That's the other thing you need to not do, is you can't feed your cat right when you wake up. Otherwise, they're gonna be an annoying little shit every morning. So I just straight up feed them whenever I remember, once in the morning, and then at some point before midnight at night. And I keep it on kind of a random schedule, and it makes it a lot easier on me and cat sitters and things like that, where I'm like, yeah, you don't have to be here specifically at 9 in the morning. Like, no one's gonna fucking do that. So, yeah, all that sort of stuff. Yves says, yay, Dad is financially stable, good for you. Yeah, I mean, it's also the OCPD thing. If I have an emergency fund, I'm not touching that shit. But it also does not count as like free money for me. So, I don't know if it's financially stable, more just like really good discipline for that fund in particular, especially when it comes to like a pet. You know, I'm not gonna fuck around with their lives. Let's see. Sterling says, the only animals I have insurance on are my, I don't know what that means, and my, that got censored for some reason, and my search and rescue dogs. That definitely makes sense. Dude, search and rescue dogs? Abso-fucking-lutely. You don't even know what's gonna happen out there. Red Warrior says, are you from the Southwest US? I'm actually from the Northwest. I'm from the PNW. All the greenery and shit. But let's see. Ivanov says, I have an auto feeder for my cat. She doesn't care. She still wakes me up. Oh, that's kind of cute. Cash Girl says, my cat is annoying anyhow. She's at my door meowing until I open my bedroom door in the morning. You don't let her sleep with you? Why not? Let's see. Oh my gosh. We also have a poll up in Twitch right now asking what the best type of bowl is. It's between bread, waffle cone bowl, a tortilla bowl, a Parmesan cheese bowl, and a lettuce bowl. Dude, I used to make, so I used to work for a Qdoba back in college. And I used to have to make those tortilla, like taco salad bowls that they use, what they call a taco salad, which is really just like a salad that happens to have all of the same shit as a burrito. It's not any healthier, by the way. But sometimes they serve it in these like roundish bowls that are basically deep fried tortilla. And it is difficult to learn how to make those things. It seems really easy, but you basically like toss the tortilla into a vat of boiling hot liquid, and then you slam down this thing that looks like a wire mace on top of it and then spin it, and you can't stop spinning it and pressing it against the side of the inner wall of the frying pan and in order to make it like perfectly shaped. And then you just kind of have to like hold it there. Red Warrior says the PNW God's country. Hell yeah, brother. Let's see. Also, Wizard Pete says, what about a bowl of weed? You make a very good point. I do also quite enjoy tortillas as a concept, not just because I'm brown, but also because it's like the ultimate way to have, listen, white people have casseroles. I have leftover burritos. I will toss fucking spaghetti into a flour tortilla. I'll toss whatever the fuck I wanna. I will mix the most heinous things and put it into a tortilla and make like an absolute sin of a burrito, and then use that as like a way to just get rid of old shit. And it's so fucking effective. I just have a constant supply. The only thing that I always have in my apartment is flour tortillas and like, I don't know, audacity, I suppose. Cash cost that a tortilla is the best way to eat anything. Exactly, yeah. It's quite nice. Also, Woven Scrolls Bookbinding says hello from South Africa. Hi, hello. And PGH Tom, thank you so much for the sub. It's good to see ya. Good to have ya. Cheese Prof says if it dices, it goes in the tortilla. Yeah, I've made like some tortillas based off of, I've basically taken old burritos, completely crushed them up, mixed them around, slammed them in the middle of a fresh tortilla, and then added in a bunch of random shit like crispy onions and like scrambled eggs and random shit like that just to get ingredients out of my fucking fridge before they expire. So highly recommend that. A leftover burrito, amazing. Miguel says, as a Mexican, hearing that is goated. Oh, 1000%. Yeah. To be fair, I am also so frustrated by the concept of normal ass burritos where and again, I just want to throw it out there. I am half I'm Latina. This is coming from a place of insider knowledge. Mexican food is kind of suck. It's not that great. It's kind of ass. It's really just the same 5 things. And there's no like extremely fancy Mexican food that I'm aware of, right? Listen, white people, they popped off with steak tartare. That's fucking amazing. Cured egg yolks, oh my god, really fancy, like uni from, you know, Japanese culture, having a nice fucking omakase, some Wagyu steak on top of like a little thing of rice. Oh my god, it's amazing. Yvette says you don't really like a good homemade taco. Not really. Maybe it's just because I grew up with too much of it, but like, I don't know, man. It's just, I so much prefer like any other culture's food. Except for maybe Indian food, but that's just because I can't handle spice. That's not an Indian food thing. Lucas says, now I just want to rewatch old Will It Blend videos. Also, Trash Mannequin says this is the hottest food take I've ever heard. Seriously? Also, Nonster says, was your mom a bad cook? No, I mean, the only thing that was really good was like, here, let me show you a picture of, let's see, chicken mole. Her chicken mole was fucking amazing. I'll say that much, but it's also just like sauce from a jar and then boiled chicken. Like even that, if that's the fucking ceiling of Mexican food, the ceiling's not that fucking far off the floor. Let me tell you. I don't know. Tyler says, what are we doing in here? We're complaining about our own cultures, essentially. Tamales, not my favorite. It's really just, other than that, it's a combination of some variety of carb and then rice and then, you know, some form of meat and then beans. Like, there's not that much to it. So I don't, if you ask me like, oh, where do you want to go for your birthday dinner? If I say a Mexican place, it means that I've been killed and cloned and then replaced. Let's see. Meek Shawat says everyone else has Mexican in their top 3. No, dude. Fucking, oh my god. A nice omakase. 100% in my top foods. I will also say, we're gonna do a last meal stream here soon, probably tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. Why not? We'll do it as like part of our St. Patty's Day celebration. If you guys are watching right now, we have a Discord where everyone is, there's a Google form in the stream submissions or the stream planning section of the Discord, where you guys can make a Google slide of what you would have as your last meal. Could be anything. I anticipate at least like 3 of you are just gonna have like a glass and then a PNG of a bottle of bleach, which is fine. It could be joking, it could be real, but we're gonna submit it to the mods. I haven't seen any of it yet. And then they're gonna put it into a big slideshow and then we'll react to it live. We'll talk about everyone's like favorite or go-to meals. It could be highly specific. You could be like, oh, I want this specific appetizer from this specific restaurant. I personally, I want that bread that they have at the top of the fucking Space Needle. There is something about the bread at that restaurant there that is magical. Holy shit. So that's like top of the list. There's not a single scrap of Mexican food on there, but what there is like some caviar, some like uni, some like really good, just like a whole tasting menu, whole omakase. Oysters. Oh my God, I want oysters so bad. Even just talking about it. Like, says someone's last meal should be a Black Lotus, and I'm not talking about the actual plant. Just like straight up one singular Magic the Gathering card. Oh man. Ivanov, it says Mexican food uses similar spices as Eastern European foods, so it's about nostalgia for me other than extravagance. Oh, I see. And Christopher Brown says, I usually make a low-carb chili with ground turkey, chili powder, dark red kidney beans, drained, and low-sodium V8 juice. That's it? Oh man, that's so easy. Holy shit. Also, Miguel says you gotta look into Calopi Jimenez and other chefs who go deep into the things that are obscure to the rest of the world, but super goated to citizens who can see other Mexican states' food in their own state. I kind of like that. I also really like, God, I never really got into like cooking shows as far as competitions, but food shows about food. Oh, I fucking love that sort of stuff. Like there's this one Netflix series that just follows one chef as they go through like their journey, essentially. As a chef and how like they source their ingredients and all that sort of stuff. It looks amazing. I love that show. Shit like that is amazing. I used to watch that sort of stuff all over like winter break because I would stay in the dorms during winter break in college. I just didn't want to go home. Didn't see a fucking point. So I would just sit in my dorm, play video games and have like really like big deep dive food shows on in the background. That or like food reviewers on TikTok. Oh, except for the one that's secretly like a fetish lady. I hate her. Not for personal reasons or anything to do with her personality. It's just like, come on, girl. This is so obvious. Firebird says, I have to drive. I'll probably pop in back later after I get home. Okay, have a safe drive. And Lucas says, I love the story of the guy who had his last meal be like 15 entrees. And then he goes, nah, not hungry. Just because he wanted to waste their money at the very end. They changed their last meal policy because of him? No fucking way. Hold on. Can we look up like famous last meals? Oh my God, yeah. There's a whole list. Holy shit. Okay. Should we do this tomorrow? Should we look over this tomorrow during the like famous no, we'll do it now. So that way if you guys are you can be inspired if you haven't submitted yet your last meal. But we'll do that tomorrow. So if you haven't already, join the Discord, throw a Google slide in there and the mods will put it all together and we'll react tomorrow. But for today, holy shit, this goes back for fucking ages. Okay, this is a list of documented last meals by death row prisoners before their executions. This represents the items requested as reported, but does not in all cases represent what they actually got. So this is just what they wanted. Cash Cow said you can see last meals and last words. Oh, that's amazing. Also, someone said I've been flashbanged by the Wikipedia the light mode. Sorry, I don't have dark mode on this on this browser. So let's skip down to America. Let's see. The United States. Oh my God, it goes by fucking state. There are so many. Can we go to like famous? Okay, federal government. So this goes through, let me see, Timothy McVeigh, who was wanted for domestic terrorism and mass murder in 2001. He wanted specifically 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream. Christopher Villalba, right under him back in 2020, died by lethal injection, and before he died, he wanted Pizza Hut. I hate that it doesn't say what he ordered. I want to know what someone who is wanted for murder orders from Pizza Hut. Or maybe Pizza Hut was like putting some sort of injunction on it and they were like, do not tell anyone this. Captain Jake says, for last meals, Good Mythical Morning and Mythical Kitchen does a whole series on last meals. They've had people like Tom Hanks, etc. talk about last meals. That sounds so fun. Like, it's just such a cool thought exercise, you know? I was talking to someone the other day and I was like, oh, what would your last meal be? And they were like, I don't know, maybe it's just like some barbecue wings. And I'm like, how are you not like thinking about it? How do you not want to taste what lava tastes like exactly once, you know? Maybe not that, but I would just want something real fancy. It looks like George W. Barrett requested, quote unquote, the largest steak in town, but did not eat it. After his death, a reporter who had been present for the execution spotted the steak in the jail kitchen and helped himself to it. That is crazy. That steak must have been hard as fuck. Let's see. What else is on here? A T-bone steak. There's a lot of steaks. And I feel like that's probably a commentary on the American lifestyle where they think that steaks are like top tier shit. I mean, I would do like some solid Wagyu or something like that, but I don't know. We gotta be more exciting than this. Oh my god. A serial murderer in 1993 wanted 5 pounds of fried jumbo shrimp. Dude, some calamari. Oh god, I'm getting so hungry. Some fucking calamari would be amazing. A pint of chocolate ice cream and a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi. I wonder if you can request like original recipe stuff. Where you can be like, yeah, I want like that one Coke, Coca-Cola, but like, you know the one, the OG Coca-Cola, you know? Get me an original Four Loko. Actually, I'm adding that to my list. An original Four Loko, some fucking caviar. I wanted a nice omakase from like a chef that will share a single shot of sake with me. Caviar. A shamrock shake, you know? I would just like have a little bite of everything. It'd be a cute little tasting menu. Let's see. Someone asked for, in 2014, a bag of Fritos. Awful choice. Sweet potato pie, never mind, it's cultural. Coconut cake, banana nut bread, vanilla ice cream, butter pecan ice cream, strawberries, and a quart bottle of Sprite. What soda would you guys choose? Oh yeah, someone said lobster tail. That's a good option. Oh my gosh, okay. Manuel Pardo Jr., a serial murderer in 2012, died by lethal injection, and before that, he requested roast pork, red beans, rice, avocado, tomatoes, plantains, pumpkin pie, olive oil. What, just straight up? Eggnog and Cuban coffee? Oh my god, imagine requesting like civet coffee. Isn't that like the really fancy coffee that is straight up like eaten and shat out by a certain type of cat? D then says someone did like 2 pints of strawberries. That would be kind of cool. I don't know if I could ever eat that many, but oh my god, one of those really fancy strawberries. Hold on, what are those fancy strawberries? Like, they're like $14 each, I want to say. Oh, it's not a $19 strawberry from Erewhon, is it? It is. Oh my god. Okay. $19 for a single strawberry. It comes from a luxury Japanese fruit vendor. They come packaged individually, set on a soft cushion inside a miniature plastic cloche. At that point, at least go as far as to make the cloche made of fucking glass. What the hell? So, like, the attention to perfection extends to when berries must be eaten. They are at peak ripeness for a very brief time and arrive at Erewhon within 24 to 48 hours of being harvested to ensure quality. It's typically grown in smaller crops and meticulously cared for, pop-ups, to ensure that a produce being sold looks and tastes perfect. In this case, that means a medium-large berry with flawless red exterior, heart-shaped profile, and a very sweet flavor. I fucking love that sort of stuff. I kind of want to see like the ugly fruit versions of this sort of thing, where there are like all the rejects that just happens to not grow into a heart shape. How are you supposed to eat it? Don't fucking cook it, it says. You simply eat it from your hand. Okay. Fascinating. I tried the viral $20 strawberry. It tasted like the end of the American Empire. Does it symbolize the worst of American excess, or is it simply delicious? Damn, yeah, that being flown in just to be put in a fucking Erewhon is crazy. I kind of want one now. Ugh, Dethan says submit your Google Slides for your last meal. Yeah, please do. I want as many to go through as I can. Ben and Spade says, I wonder if you can request alcohol. Can you request alcohol? Let me see. Alcohol. There's no term for alcohol, so I'm assuming it's not... forbidden, is it? Wait, what the fuck? Charles Peace, a serial murderer in the UK, was hung in 1879. He requested eggs and a large amount of salty bacon, but then when he requested a glass of ice water afterwards, it was denied? What the fuck? That's so petty. What the hell? All right. Let's see. Oh. There's someone in Indonesia who was wanted for rebellion waging war against the country. And in 1962, he was sentenced to death by firing squad. But before he did, he requested a last meal that he shared with his wife and kids, but he didn't personally eat it. That's actually kind of nice that he was allowed to like share with his people. In In Canada, there were 2 people wanted for murder in 1962, and they were hung. But they wanted steak, potatoes, vegetables, and pie, and that's the only entry for Canada. So I'm guessing the death penalty isn't much of a thing down there. Other states. Let's see. Steak, well done. Why would you have a well done steak on your deathbed? Pie a la mode. There's a lot of like steak and ice cream in here, honestly. Let's see. Philly says, what's going on here? We're talking about last meals. We're doing a last meal stream tomorrow where everyone can submit their last meals. Divine J says, I'm shocked there isn't a murderer asking for human flesh. Not to be gross, thinking of the character Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, the fact that this is like what they're requesting, but not what was actually given them. Let's see. A mass murderer in Colorado was declined a special meal. Oh no, he declined a special meal, so got it. But this is what he was given, just like standard prison stuff. Someone requested 3 bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches, a bag of potato chips, a piece of pecan pie with vanilla ice cream, and an RC cola. Real American right there. Are there any weird ones? Someone said chicken and several cakes, which is crazy. And acid medicine, a cigarette, and pizzas with quote-unquote everything. That was in Utah. Oh my god, Douglas Franklin Wright, a serial murderer in Oregon, was killed in 1996 by lethal injection, and he only requested 1 singular honey bun. Wow. This sort of stuff is cool. I'm fascinated by this sort of thing. Should we... Okay, hold on. Last meals of death row inmates. Is this going to be like a picture thing? Oh yeah, in his No Second series, photographer Henry Hargreaves captures the haunting images of death row inmates' last meal requests. He believes food preference speaks volumes about a person's character and personality in any setting. Oh my gosh, okay. Victor Fugger was put to death in Iowa by hanging at the age of 28. For his last meal, he requested a single olive with the pit still in it. This is the kind of shit that I want to see in museums, dude. Like, this sort of stuff is so fascinating. Roly Poly Roly said, did you come up with the last meal yet? No, can one of my mods remind me to do that as homework tonight? Whoops. Philly says someone had a single kidney bean or something like that. Oh yeah, an olive. I don't like olives, I will say. John Wayne Gacy requested, oh my god, 12 fried shrimp, a bucket of original recipe KFC, French fries, and a pound of strawberries. Before being convicted, he managed 3 KFCs. Okay. Timothy McVeigh requested 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream. Ricky Ray Rector was sentenced to death for 2 counts of murder. For his last meal, he requested steak, fried chicken, cherry Kool-Aid specifically, and pecan pie. And then he said he left the pecan pie behind because he was saving it for later. Oh, insane. Let's see. This one's not that crazy. Angel Nieves Diaz Angel technically, was put to death in Florida by lethal injection for murder, kidnapping, and armed robbery. He was served a regular prison meal, but he declined to eat that because he refused a last meal. Oh my god, what the fuck? Wait, hold on. For his last meal, Ronnie Lee Gardner was put to death by firing squad at the age of 49 in Utah, and he requested a steak, a lobster tail, apple pie, vanilla ice cream, and he wanted to watch Lord of the Rings while eating it all. That's kind of cool. Sharknado says, wasn't there a guy who requested to watch the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy? What a great way to buy yourself extra time, dude. Wasn't it also a thing where someone, what was it? No, it was a bit in Inside Man, which, by the way, amazing Netflix series. If you guys haven't watched it, it's really fucking good. There's a thing where one of the characters in the show keeps getting his death sentence deferred because he switched to Buddhism at the last second, and they needed a priest of the faith that the executed person follows to be there at the time of the murder. Like, he requested that a priest be there, and that's his right. That being said, no one could find a Buddhist priest, and there weren't rules for it, so his execution just kept getting delayed and kept getting delayed. Is it the extended edition? Not based off of this, I don't think, but I'm assuming so. Ted Bundy! Damn. He requested a steak cooked medium rare, eggs over easy. Oh no, he was given a traditional last meal. So it's steak, medium rare, eggs over easy, hash browns, toast with butter and jelly, milk and juice. Kind of like a half breakfast sort of thing, but I'm here for it. Let's see. There was someone who died by electric chair who requested lobster tail, fried potatoes, half a pound of fried shrimp, 6 ounces of fried clams, half a loaf of garlic bread, and 32 ounces of A&W root beer. There's some cool shit in here. I kind of like this. A lot of this stuff is pretty normal, though. It's like a food photographer, essentially. Anyway, what else are we talking about? Divine J says it doesn't say what Albert Fish requested. Let's see. Who is Albert Fish? Oh, good. A cannibal? Oh my god. I can't say some of this stuff that he did, but his Wikipedia page is fucking intensely long. Okay. His last words were reportedly, "I don't even know why I'm here." And it took 2 jolts before he died. Okay. He didn't... It's not listing his last meal, unfortunately. So I don't think it's there. Dude, I used to watch, I used to listen to true crime podcasts, but one in particular was called Serial, I think. And it was all about serial killers, but it went back to their childhood and talked about like their different disorders that could have caused them to be a certain way, different ways of their childhood and their rearing led them to become serial killers and things like that. I've never heard of this guy though, but they would have definitely covered him. And I like that they didn't try and go into like dramatic recreations, which are honestly just kind of cringe. They actually just were like, hey, objectively, this was his childhood, this is what happened, here's what he did, here's step by step everything that happened, and they do it in such a monotone voice that it's crazy. And it's so fascinating on the psychology side of things. Ty Rachson says, Serial, I love the podcast. Yeah, it's so cool. I'm honestly surprised that they didn't they didn't run out of serial killers, I suppose. Hayden says, do Americans eat lamb? It's not as common. And I don't know why. It is possible, you can get it, but you usually have to get it at specific, butcher shops and things like that. Lysander, hello, saying morning everyone from Singapore. Hi, and then Javiv, thank you so much for joining us for 40 streams in a row. Welcome back. We also have a hydrate from Mint Man, which I can absolutely do. Haha. Eli Hoover says, my brother had to listen to Serial for a class. That's a great class. Honestly, that sounds so fucking fun. Let's see. And then Cheese Prof says there's a trifecta for young serial killers, and that's hurting animals, head trauma, and bedwetting. Isn't it also pyromania is one of them as well? That there's I don't know, an escalation of sorts that you can get to, where it's you start hurting animals, you burn shit, and you bedwet. Or something like that, I think. Let's see. We have a bunch of new people who followed, by the way. Startimus, thank you for the 1 bit. The one and only Puzzle, thank you for the sub and for the follow. And we also had Mr. Highkill, Joe, Fredo, JPG, or Fredo, JPEG, Z Goblin Boblin, hello, and Benzin Spade, Arisag, one and only Puzzle, of course, Yoda, enjoyed life. Hi, you guys, welcome in. PJH Tom, thanks for the resub, and Ad Hoc, good to see you. Hello. Let's see. Sharknado says, I got into podcasts in the early days because one of my writing classes in college, we had to listen to an episode of This American Life. I don't know what that is, but I feel like I've heard that name. Also, someone says not reciprocating yawns is a huge sociopathic indicator. Is it actually? No way. Legitimately? Or are we just saying oh my god, if you don't yawn back when someone else yawns, you're a psychopath? Lysander says, I love true crime documentaries, but some of it scares me. I've really liked... What was the really famous one from forever ago? The one that was I just want to take some pictures, and it had the dude, the really famous actor in it, and it was on Netflix. Fuck, what was it called? Jeffrey Dahmer. So I remember that series being really good, but the subsequent ones just weren't as exciting to me, I guess. I don't know, it kind of fell off. Cheese Prof says, pyromania can be a part of it. It's mostly about destruction in the fire, though. Where on Discord should we talk about this, if not general? Oh, probably on general, I think. Also, Deethan says, Diana, look at YouTube. Wait, why? Oh my god, hi! Jesus, Meesker, hello! Thank you so much for the $100, tip, the super chat. That's amazing! That was only 3 minutes ago. I hope you're still here. That's so sweet of you. I'm so sorry. So I look at a YouTube chat through an overlay, so I don't have to have YouTube up at the time, and the overlay does not show super chats. But that's amazing, saying let the kitties enjoy the extra toys. That is so sweet of you. They've been really into tunnels recently, So I will absolutely use that to get them more tunnels. Thank you so much. They also said, I wonder who has the healthiest last meal, even though it's probably a good time not to worry about cholesterol. That's such a good fucking point. Because I imagine to a certain degree, a good amount of it has to come from the fact that like you have nostalgia for certain foods. So for example, like a specific mod salad that I have on my treat stream is like my favorite salad ever because it has roasted garlic cloves and it has like tomatoes, like sun-dried tomatoes. It has like 7 kinds of cheese in it. Obviously, not all that healthy, but it's like, it just tastes so fucking good. Then I would probably have it on my last meal as well. Are the cats here yet? Says Phoenix. They are, but they're sleeping. They're like here in the apartment, but they're just like, I don't want to bother them too much. And Lysander says, yeah, Jeffrey one is so good that I got scared. It was intense. And like showing the neighbor's perspective and like all these different points of view and like the just wild incompetence of the police is insanity. The lobotomy, the chemical lobotomy that happened, that was wild. It's so cool. Trash Mannequin says, I never watched Dahmer because I heard they were disrespectful to some of the victims' families, and I also thought the way they advertised was way too aggressive. I don't know, I don't remember the advertisements. I just remember the internet buzz about it. I think. Also, Hater says, hi Diana, how is everyone? We're doing good. Sharky also says, also, cool psych fact, people will almost always look towards the person they feel closest to in a room when in a group setting to reflect their reactions to things. Yeah, I have heard that. So like when there's this trend on TikTok and things like that, where a group of girls who have a guy friend will try and test to see if their guy friend has a crush on one of them by basically having him stand in a room and they all at the same time turn and look at him. And then whoever he lands his eyes on first, they consider that to be their favorite, like his favorite. Hi, Jason, how's it going? Oh my God, guys, everyone say hi to Jason Charles Miller. Amazing human being who I finally fucking ran into at the Game Awards. And it took forever. Jason, are you coming to PAX East? I know you've been busy, but hopefully I'll see you there. And is actually also the mastermind behind the, where is it? The Epic Encounters that I showed off like ages ago, if I remember correctly, unless I'm thinking of the wrong one. I have so many of these boxes, but this was the Trion one. So yeah, that's Jason. Everyone say hello. Also, hi Raiders, welcome in. I'm Diana Faye. I talk about tabletop stuff quite a bit, which is how I know Jason, kind of tangentially in the space. So hello, hi, come on in for Magic events and Magic the Gathering, D&D. Maddie showed me the craziest fucking tabletop game the other day. Today actually, it's called, God, what is it? It's like an Odyssey-based game. It's very similar to, if you think of Tainted Grail, it's Tainted Grail with like the detail of minis that they have and the campaign length and the fact that you can play solo or you can have up to 4 people, but it's like set in a Greek, like horrifying Eldritch Horror type Odyssey setting. And it has mechanics where, God, I gotta fucking find this game, hold on. It's so cool looking. I have it in my Discord DMs. There we go. Eon Trespass, that's what it's called. Let me show you this. This is insane. But Jason, you're not coming to East because it's the same weekend of another event? That's okay. I always kind of figure it's a bit of a shot in the dark. I'm like, oh, it's like a 20% chance that Jason can actually make it. Otherwise, you know, I don't blame you. Hope you have fun though. We'll let you know how things go. Worst case scenario, I'll probably see you at Gen Con, I hope. But thank you for rating. Thank you for trusting me with your audience. Yeah, Sharky says the epic minis are amazing. I'm running my first session with a new group tomorrow. Oh, hell yeah. And Hadner says, now you have to find the name. Yeah, I found it. It's called Eon Trespass. And why am I hearing a voice? Did I get something? Hold on. Oh, it's Nimbus saying, I haven't been able to catch a stream recently due to school hours, but I'm really glad to be part of the community. Hi, Nimbus. It's good to see you. Hello. Welcome in. Yeah, so this is, let me show you the actual GameFound site because the GameFound it sells it so much better. Jason says, by the way, in celebration of the release of those epic encounters, we did a charity fundraiser game last week with Abria and Erica, Anjali, and Carrie Payton. Hey, that's fucking awesome. What charity was it for? That sounds amazing. Honestly, the epic encounters are so well suited for that sort of stuff too, because they're just kind of like designed to be one shots. This isn't me glazing them for funsies, by the way. It's like, I mean, they aren't sponsoring the channel, but they're just really cool. They are genuinely really, I've always wanted those boxes ever since I was a kid, so it's cool to actually have them. So the game is called Eon Trespass. Here we go. And there's like a mechanic in here where it's all set in like Odyssey style times. And there's a mechanic where you can kill a ginormous fucking creature and then delve into its body in order to get extra loot. and shit like that. It's so cool. Oh my god, also Nimbus, thank you for the 20 gifted subs to the chat, right? Including Raiders and everything like that. That's so sweet of you. That's awesome. That's very kind. And also, welcome back, Nimbus. It's good to see you. So, like, this is... I haven't, like, fully read into it, but it's, like, an open world campaign that has kind of some Eldritch horror storytelling elements. It kind of takes, like, you know, Greek mythos and then converts it into this whole setting. And there's... Yeah, here we go. Carcass Delves. It has this mechanic where you can fucking, like... It's a push your luck mechanic. You enter a corpse of a deceased monster and look for rare organs and valuable loot. That sort of shit looks so cool. Maddie did an unboxing because they sent it to her. They were just like, hey, we heard you like the Odyssey. Do you want our game? And she was like, yeah, sure. She didn't do any research. And then the next thing she knows, this massive fucking box shows up with hundreds of minis. And she's like, Diana, I don't know where I'm going to put this. Michael says, just put that on a map. The like monsters themselves? No idea. I haven't looked into this at all except for when she like told me about it. Eon Trespass Odyssey, yeah, the Pitiless of the Sun, the rulebook, there's 3 stories in it. I don't know, I kind of want to buy it now. This looks fucking sick. I'm also just a slut for campaign style games. Like Kingdom Death and Tainted Grail are so like wildly up my alley. I'm such a huge fan of games like that. And I want to do a video here soon covering essentially a lot of like long form board games. So that way people who like games like D&D and role-playing games and choice-based games have something to play when they don't necessarily have a group. You know, and aside from like the TTRPG dice rolling stuff, I want to show people more board games that accomplish the same thing, Gloomhaven and Frosthaven and that sort of stuff. Michael says the bodies you explore? I don't think so. Based on the minis, I'm not sure what the map system actually looks like. It kind of it looks like it might have been a card-based system the same way Tainted Grail is, I think. But Sergeant Tibbet says, I love different TTRPGs. Yeah, it's so cool. And Hadner says, wow, it has a 9 on Board Game Geeks. I know, yeah. The more I looked into this, the more I was like, Jesus fuck, Maddie, this is like hundreds of pounds worth of value, which is like thousands of dollars worth of value that they just set you for funsies. Like, that's fucking amazing. Holy shit. And she's like, I don't have enough room for this. And I was like, yeah, you'll be fine. But it just looks cool. I kind of want it. I've just never seen it before. Like, if any of you guys know of any games that go along this same line, that's like, you know, kind of horror-esque type stuff, and then it's also campaign style, and it has a variable amount of players, please let me know. I'm a sucker for anything with miniatures, especially. I'm really excited for, God, what is it called? The Dawn of Madness to come out. It's shipping soon, so I'm excited for that one. Dom says, I have a Gloomhaven box that I haven't gotten a chance to break open yet, but I'd be down to check out that video you were talking about. Yeah, I still haven't made it. I haven't looked at Gloomhaven or Frosthaven yet. I've only ever, but if you like that style of game, I can definitely vouch for Tainted Grail. And if you're on the older side and you're okay with more, what do you call it? Like, mature shit and themes and things like that, in combination with like, it's like both a monster hunting game and it's also a like settlement resource management game and an exploration game. Highly recommend Kingdom Death as well. The miniatures for that one are fucking insane. Do I have any around me? I don't that are, actually I do. I have one that I can show you. Hold on. It's incredibly fragile. So these are some of the monsters in Kingdom Death, which are massive because the size of a normal creature for a normal NPC. Normal NPCs are like this, right? This. Normal figure, like small base. This is the size of one of the boss monsters that you can encounter. One of the harder ones. This is like a bird thing that literally has hands fucking everywhere, and I do mean everywhere. And that I think it fucks with time, I think it is. And it can do this thing where full on, if you get hit by a certain one of its abilities, it de-ages you and sends you back to the beginning of the campaign again. It's incredibly hardcore. Another one is this Spidicules, or Spidicules, I don't know how the fuck you pronounce it. And it's quite literally, arachnophobia warning, by the way. It's just like a ball with all these fucked up looking hands. You can also see the front of its body is, I'm gonna censor this slightly, has like this little, what do you call it? What are those fish that have the dangly things? You know what I mean. It has one of those, but it's shaped like a human corpse. And it's supposed to like basically eat an anglerfish, yeah. It like traps one of your friends dangles, it like penetrates their skull and then like lifts them up, their dead body up, and dangles it around in front of you, sucking out their, of course, you know, life and all that through their head at the same time, but it also uses it as a lure to lure people into like the darkness, essentially, to fight it. Shit is super cool. This is where I get my inspo for so much shit in my D&D games having hands in places where it shouldn't. So that sort of stuff is super fun. It also creates little baby spiders everywhere. Or disguises, we've gone from cats to food to last meals to now TTRPG monsters. I'm unsure what flavor ADHD this is, but it's definitely my jam. Hey man, it gets the people going, I suppose. Let's see, Air25 says, what do you think about Everwind, the RPG game out on Steam? Everwind, I don't think I've heard of it. Everwind. A novel take on RPGs. It's a sandbox survival adventure that's first person. I'm not a huge fan of block-based clone games. Personally. I've never heard of this game. That being said, it might be really fun. I just don't, I'm not a big fan of Minecraft clones. High pixel, or what is it called? Whatever the Hyrule high pixel thing is, my friends are incredibly into it. I'm personally not a huge fan right now. Bill says, hi everyone, that monster was a crazy thing to have on stream while entering. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a big sucker for Polygon game. Yeah, I mean, Terraria is like the closest I'll get. But I just played way too much fucking Minecraft as a kid that I'm like, I'd rather just go back. It would just make me want to play Minecraft. And it wouldn't actually go back to it. Hytale, that's the one. All my friends are incredibly... Abyssus is fun. What is Abyssus? That sounds cool. Is it a board game? It's a Steam game. Oh. This weapon customization is crazy. I also just hate games with guns, though. I'm not a very big, like, oh my god, you have modern weaponry sort of person. It's just not my thing, but, and FPSs I just suck at. That's just purely because I hate it. You play Terraria, one of my favorite games, that's best. Yeah, I did the, what do you call it? The mod, you know the one, like the mod that adds a bunch of new extra like boss monsters and things like that. I did that forever ago. And Darth Cancerous, hello, saying first time catching a stream. I love your D&D advice. I'm trying to build up the confidence to run my first game, so your videos have been helping a lot. Hell yeah, dude, we need more DMs in the world. So I appreciate the hell out of that. Thank you, I'm glad that it's helping. I also had someone over on Instagram said, speaking of board games with miniatures, I have the Fallout one and I have the 2nd edition Kickstarter Zombicide that came with a ton of minis. I actually never really got into Zombicide. I feel like I missed out. Or it came out when, maybe before I was really into tabletop games. Because I went from, I didn't have a lot of space anywhere that I was living as a kid or anything like that. And so I never had the space for intense amounts of board games, and that's why I stuck to things like D&D that are more theater of the mind. So we went from D&D to like video games, or from video games into D&D, and then when I got older, it took until basically like the last 2 or 3 years to be able to buy really cool things, mostly horror games, such as Kingdom Death was like the big one. Maddie was like having flashbacks talking to me this morning. She was like, what was that game that was so fucking heavy that you made me lug all over the Gen Con Indianapolis Convention Center? And I was like, oh, you mean Kingdom? And she's like, that's the bitch. Let's see. Mr. Myers says, what's your favorite scary movie? Oh, The Mist. 1000%. I think it's fun. I think it really dives into the true essence of horror nowadays and what I find to be amazing horror, which is horror as a metaphor for human suffering or types of human trauma or the horrifying side of humanity. I was talking to someone the other day about this, like, you know, the same vibe as 28 Days Later, right? Where it's like, it's not scary because of the zombies, but the zombies are used as a device to share this story of how bad humanity can really get, and human morals are the real problem, or lack thereof. And I love that sort of storytelling. That's what I do in my D&D games quite a bit, where the real problem is humans in some form. But yeah, so this is Zombicide. Not so much my thing. It seems a little, how do I put it, comic booky? The art style maybe just isn't calling to me. But again, modern games, not so much my thing. I'm very much like a, hold on, very much a Tainted Grail girly. Is it going to, will this show me the video game or the board game? This is the video game. I want the board game. Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. They named the board game and the video game the same fucking thing. Nope, that's GOG. Hold on. The board game. Here we go. It's a like really dark fantasy game that is so fucking amazing. This is so cheap too. Oh my god. It's $80. That's insane. So it's like a game where you play as a set character, but you go through and you build up skills over time, and using your skills, you make choices and do like skill checks. And there's just random chances about whether or not you'll succeed. And if you do, you like use this choose your own adventure style handbook up in the corner here to determine what happens, what you gain from it, what you lose. If you fuck up a encounter with an NPC by saying the wrong thing, then you might close off that path forever. Like it remembers your choices incredibly well, and it has a really innovative way of doing so. Love that game. Sharky New Zealand says you might also enjoy Empire of the Ghouls for 5e. That's a new one to me. I don't think I've heard of that. But Spenders, hello, saying I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre because it's a discrete commentary about the slaughterhouse industry. Is it really? I actually know nothing about Texas Chainsaw Massacre except it's based on like a real person, right? Wasn't it based off of some genuinely actual serial killer? I think. But Empire of the Ghouls. I don't know. What are your guys' favorite horror movies? I'm always down to hear about like new ones. I am very much a scaredy cat. I don't watch horror movies, but I read the scripts to them. And then I'll sometimes watch them by daytime after I've read the scripts and after I've watched the like Cinema Sins or Cinema Wins, so I get a vibe for how the jump scares and things like that are gonna look. And so I know what to expect. Let's see. Most Average Gamer, hi. And Eli says, very excited to play Wormlings with my mom's students. She doesn't know yet, but it's fine. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you got it. And then Michael says, Wreck, a Spanish horror film, was incredible. Oh, like as in recording. Is it like a found footage thing? Someone says, mine is Jeepers Creepers 2. I always thought Jeepers Creepers was like a parody. The same way that Scary Movie was. But Nimbus says, thriller movie sideline. Have you ever watched Vanishing on 7th Street? I haven't. I'm not a big, is it a slasher? I don't really like slasher horror as much. Oh, someone said it was based on Ed Gein. Yeah, that makes sense. Michael says, yep, Wreck is found footage. The first and second are really good. I might have seen a little bit of it, actually. I have a friend who has Shudder, a subscription to that one website who, it's like all about horror movies and things like that, and it's horror series, and so she'll occasionally host like a little watch party, and then we can all like go watch horror movies using her subscription from across the world. It's so much fun. Cheese Prop also says, funny story about Ed Gein. He had a necklace, oh god, I can't say that, as he took the skins from already dead and buried people. Yeah. I started watching a little bit of that, like a little series based on it, because isn't that like a Netflix one? Didn't they do something Dahmer style about him? I don't know. I remember watching like a little bit of it. Ethan also says, I'm pretty sure that Ed Gein documentary had his mom played by Sheldon's mom. Oh my god, fucking Big Bang Theory, Sheldon. I will die on the hill that the Big Bang Theory is like the fucking worst of American sitcoms. And I will die on that hill. It's just, if you have to have canned laughter, pre-recorded laughter in your show, it's probably not that fucking funny. That's why I love, you're correct about Big Bang Theory. Thank you. Yeah, it got way too many seasons and we just kept letting it. I feel like if you're gonna have good comedy, fucking IT Crowd, right up there. The IT Crowd is like the only exception. Before Time Music says they didn't have a live audience, I don't think. Yeah. Ethan also says, I'm gonna start banning. Hey! I don't know, man. It did have a live audience. It just wasn't that funny. The ITU Crowd is amazing. That's like the one exception to the you can have a live audience with laughter rule. Oh yeah, and Michael says there's actually an interesting thing about comedy and why canned laughter can help, but if you take it out, you can tell what sucks. Yes, so canned laughter and hearing other people laugh makes you more susceptible to laughing, which is why it's always so much better when you go to see a comedy show to have more people in the crowd, because more people laughing makes you want to laugh more, and it kind of sets the bar lower for comedy, if that makes sense. Let me tell you, the bar for Big Bang Theory, it was in fucking hell. That shit sucked. That was ass. And it also made nerds sound so fucking awful. I don't know, I resent that show a lot for a lot of different reasons. Sharky says you should use Does the Dog Die? It tells you all the trigger warnings for films and shows so you can avoid content that you don't want to see. Really? I thought that was just straight up for dogs. Let's see. Does the dog die? Crowdsource trigger warnings for different... Oh, so if we look up, like, Hereditary. Here we go. Hereditary. Synopsis. Oh, and you can filter things through. Does the dog die? Oh my god. Is an animal abandoned? Is a child abandoned by a parent? Does someone leave without saying goodbye? Is a child abused? This is like such a great list of triggers that I feel like someone could almost copy and then put into a what do you call it? A fucking session 0 for TTRPGs and things like that, because this gets very specific. That being said, a lot of this stuff just wouldn't come up in most TTRPGs unless it was intentionally placed there. Like, is someone hit by a car? No. Hato says, Big Bang Theory is proof that nerd culture is mainstream. It's corniness even more so. Keegan says, I used to go to plastic model kit build nights at my local hobby town, and they have a curated playlist that plays on the speakers. One night, for whatever reason, they played the audio of a Big Bang Theory episode. We never heard it again since. Yeah, because someone probably got fired. Oh yeah, and Michael says comedy is a social thing. For comedy shows, I try and get the audience to sit near each other. If they're scattered, it dies. Yeah, I feel like comedy clubs, if they don't do that already, should take that into account with their seating charts, where it's like, oh, we know we only sold such and such tickets. We should probably only have this many chairs, but like in a center area, you know, as opposed to, because people will spread out if they have the chance to. Cheese Bra says that would be a very good for a session 0. Yeah, it's got some pretty, like, does someone drown? Is there a nuclear explosion? Spoiler, there isn't one for Hereditary. Things like that. Sort of stuff is so cool, man. I like horror movies from the outside. I like horror games. I like all that sort of stuff. I don't like being scared, though. Michael says, the side fact is most places you do stand-up isn't meant for stand-up. Really? What is it meant for? Oh, as in, like, third-party, like, random theaters and things like that? That would kind of make sense. I've only ever been to one live comedy show in my life, maybe 2. It was actually Ben's show, Ben Brainerd. That I went to in Portland, and he went totally off fucking script, so he was like, yeah, that wasn't actually really my show, but, you know, glad you came, and I'm like, yeah, dude, happy to be there. Yeah. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, Cheese Bra says, oh, I was really hoping Hereditary would have a nuke. Can I say, I haven't seen, what's the, Chernobyl. That's it. But I remember mid-pandemic, it was like such a big thing. That and Tiger King were like right up there with what people were watching. Michael says I performed in bars, barns, giant community centers, grade school gymnasiums, banquet rooms, etc. Oh shit. And Nonstars says, it says there are, but surprisingly only very few. Most startling things were seeing a character getting startled by the soft clicking sound. These didn't even feel like they were meant to be jump scares, but many people in the theater startled the first couple times. Yeah, it's, I like movies like that don't rely entirely on jump scares. Even fake out jump scares, like the one that happens in Get Out, where, spoiler, it's in the first like 20 minutes of the movie, a deer jumps in front of the moving car and they're just having a normal conversation, and all of a sudden like they hit a deer out of nowhere. That sort of stuff, I fucking hate. Even stuff like that, I know that there's a purpose to it and I know that there's symbology there. I don't care for it. Things like Hereditary and movies like that don't have any jump scares, that still have intense amounts of atmosphere and paranoia build up and all that sort of stuff. Top tier. I think that's a sign of a good storyteller. Not to say Jordan Peele isn't one. He did so many other things better. I just think that it's like, it's cheap and it's shitty and it's unnecessary. But yeah, Nimble Fat Guy, hi, saying I found your throne. Oh my god, I forgot about my throne. I think the last time I touched my throne was like when I had a fuck ton of cat stuff thrown on there for the kittens. Did you ever get the Converse? Sorry, this is the first time I've been able to catch you live. I did not. Did you send them and it just like didn't work? Sometimes Throne fucks up. When it does, there's still a credit applied to my account though, so then I go back in and can like take things off the list that are still present, if that helps. So it still goes to me, if that makes sense. Lucas says, Diana, we're calling Throne from last month like it was a decade ago. Listen, life moves fast. I've been busy. Let's see. God Revenant says, hello, I need help. I ended up buying not 1, but 2 game changers. And I'm like, oh lord. Oh my god. Game changers for Magic? It depends, like, which ones? Also, Natsu says she's a mom now, Lucas, time moves differently. Yeah. I have 2 children. I'm a proud mother. Let's see. Oh my gosh, also Nitsua, hi, hello, saying big fan, just saying hi. I love that you started playing Magic. I never knew you went live. Yeah, so I just started playing not too long ago, back in Gen Con 2025, I think it was, where I got a Lathril deck for like 130 bucks, and that's to this day my favorite fucking deck. God Revenant says I got Mana Vault and Ancient Tomb. Ooh, I haven't heard of those. Let's see, Mana Vault. I think I only own 2 game changers. One is Grim Tutor, and then the other is one that DBCU actually gave me, which is Enlightened Tutor. So I only have 2 tutor cards that technically count as game changers, and that's it across like my 9 decks. The Mana Ball here, oh Jesus, it's a 1 cost? It doesn't untap during your untap step, and you can pay 4 to untap it at the beginning of your upkeep. If it's tapped, it deals 1 damage to you, but if you can tap it, it deals... Oh, this is like banned in some fucking formats too. What makes this so good? Why is Mana Vault amazing? Is it because you can like tap dance with it? It's $230? Jesus. Also, hi Fort Hero. And DBCU said Grim Tutor isn't a game changer. Oh, shit. I don't know. I just thought it looked cool. This is before I ever started really playing Magic. I got it at PAX West because I was like looking through and wanted to start my collection by just buying a bunch of cards that looked really fucking sick. And the Grim Tutor I got was like the book one. It looked so cool. Lena says, me not knowing Magic means every time I think Game Changers drop out reference. Yeah, right? Oh, it's for really quick ramp. I see. Yeah, I mean, for 1, that ain't fucking bad. It's worth, Jesus, $92 in its cheapest printing. That's insane. And then the other one was Ancient Tomb. Also news to me. Welcome to the Magic the Gathering portion of the stream, I suppose. Ancient Tomb. Oh yeah, it deals 2 damage to you for 2 mana, but it's free. Okay. See, I'm not smart enough to know how to use cards that are good. I just do cards that I think are interesting and that look cool. DBC is because Mana Vault is a free +2 mana. You don't usually untap it, or it is run in artifact decks with alternate ways to untap for like 1 mana, so it goes infinite pretty easily. That's the thing, is like I can't wrap my head around the very specific circumstances needed to like get everything to work. I don't know. Like, I don't think I have a single deck with an infinite combo in it, except for maybe Sanguine Bond and Delicious Blood. What is it called? What's the blood one? That comes standard in the vampire deck. Fuck. I can't remember. Also, Caleb says, yo, what do you think I should do to find a group for D&D? Keep in mind I don't have access to Discord. Oh, yeah, go to your friendly local game store. Ask them if they have, like, not Forgotten Realms, Adventurers League nights, that's the name, where you can drop in and join like a session or 2 with a recurring character, and it's almost like doing a little guild quest, where you go in, you play for like, you know, maybe 3 or 4 hours, and then you leave. And if you do that enough, you'll find a group to play with, trust me. Same with like doing little one-shots for holidays and things like that. Either that or start playing. Exquisite Blood, that's the one. Also, DBC said Flourishing Defenses and High Perfect Morcant is technically infinite. Oh wait, yeah, Flourishing. Did that come in any of the... Yeah, okay. Whenever a -1/-1 counter is put on a creature, you may create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. That's true. I don't think I have this one. It's also quite... No, I must have it. If it came to Lorwyn Commander, I should have it somewhere. Is it in my... Did it come in the Blade deck? Oh. Okay. Damn. Well, I probably have it. Also, Larry says, what was that mini you just had in your hand? This is a quote-unquote mini from Kingdom Death. Kingdom Death monster. It's a wonderful little creature. This is Spidicules. It's got a guy hanging off of its like lure almost. Not pufferfish style, anglerfish style, that it uses to lure in victims. And then it's got hands. It's fucking massive. So the size of a normal creature in this game is like this. So it full on crawls over houses and gets into your settlement. Sorry, I'm just playing with this because it's off to the side and stream's almost over, so I tend to fiddle with things because I run out of shit to say. But let's see. DBC said, for Eldrazi, an infinite mana source would be Basalt Monolith and Forsaken Monument. What's Basalt Monolith? Because I do have an Eldrazi deck. I got the Precon, what do you call it? The Ululek Precon in Australia because it was incredibly cheap and no one stopped me and I didn't know what it was. And so let me see, Basalt, what was it called? Monolith. Okay, it doesn't untap. You add 3 and you can pay 3 to untap it. Yeah, I see. I do not have this. It's also only like $5, dude. I need to start buying singles more. I think that's where my decks are really, really weak because I'm not actually investing in them. I do tend to get like my ass kicked quite frequently. Dethan says Diana saw cheap Magic and smashed that buy button. Oregon's guy says Diana has an Eldrazi deck. One of us. I have an Eldrazi deck, Elf deck, Krenko that I built myself. Don't blame me. Vren the Relentless. I have both of the Lorwyn precons. What else do I have? I swear I have another. Oh, I have the Autumn precon for Lenore, Autumn Sovereign. Just a little guy enjoyer in Krenko. So Krenko, I actually, this past weekend, I was snowed into a cabin with a bunch of content creators, and I pulled out Magic cards, and I was like, hey, who wants to learn? And I got Hannah into Magic the Gathering. Hannah plays D&D, into Magic the Gathering by having her play Krenko. She kicked ass fucking immediately, and she's like, I love this game. This is great. And I'm like, that's how they get you. I also have the Hazel precon, I believe. Yeah, DB says squirrels. I do have that one because DB gave it to me. But yeah, lots of stuff. I do kind of want to get into the upcoming Strixhaven things. Fingers crossed. I'm excited for it. There might be some stuff headed my way. Nasta says, yeah, that's how my Magic shelf expanded. Oh, and I also have Valgavoth, which is so much fun. And it's usually my beginner deck that I give to people because you don't need to do any complex shit. You just like watch other people do stuff and you don't have to weigh the possibility of going into combat versus dying so much as you do in other decks. So it's either that or Lathril or Krenko that I send to people to learn with. It's a lot of fun. And then you just don't have to watch other shit. Spender says Strixhaven is a cool setting. This will be my first time looking at it, but Astra says Duskmourn is goated for real. Yeah, so hold on. I also just really like that they went into horror and it was actually like kind of scary shit. So this is Duskmourn House of Horror. It's a little bit more of a modern thing. They have like full on TVs, but it's basically talking about all of these like horror tropes and things like that. All of the fear of cards are fucking amazing. The art is so fucking cool. It is genuinely like kind of scary stuff, which I always love to see. All of the fear of cards are like enchantment creatures. It does a lot of enchantment stuff. And they also have these rune cards that I ended up buying a whole booster box of Duskmourn stuff. And it's so fucking cool. I love it. I honestly kind of want to buy another one because there's such cool things in here. But maybe I will later. Maybe at the next convention. The extended art is so good. Like the lands are fucking amazing. It's just really cool. I like it. I just think it's neat. I also found a Marvin in there, which I don't know what's put it in, but I will eventually. Genuine Jim says, I started to get back into Magic a few weeks ago and picked up the Bloomborough Raccoon Precon. I actually haven't seen that one yet. I don't know anything about it. I know that there was like some raccoon character that got banned for a while, but then brought back. I don't know. This is all new to me. I'm still learning, but my God, am I having a great time with it. Let me see. So since we're talking about Magic, someone said, hey, hang on, and then we'll be able to go right into Whitney. Let me message Whitney, smoking glue guns, and be like, psst, when does your stream start? I want to raid. Because she's currently playing Whitney's live. She may be traveling. She did tell me she was doing Monday Night Magic today. And if you don't know, my friend Whitney, Smoking Glue Guns, is an amazing content creator, a wonderful dice maker, and then also plays Magic online with a bunch of other content creators in the D&D space. And she does themed Magic the Gathering nights for stream. And today's stream is un-nights. So she's fully doing like illegal cards. It's all just like cards that you cannot use in a normal game. I believe hers is it's like, I'm 90% sure she's doing the pony stuff from, yeah, this shit. From the Secret Lair drop. That's just like all My Little Pony shit. So I'm pretty sure she's doing this sort of stuff. But here we go. Yeah, things like this. So you can tell by the gray border that you can do it in a normal game. But we'll try and raid into her if she's available. If she doesn't go live soon, though, I do have to skedaddle. I think there is food on my front porch. Oh, yeah, she's on. Okay, I'm going to send you guys over to Whitney, Smoking Glue Guns. Go say hi to her. Sit down for a fucking hilarious time of some absolutely bullshit Magic cards. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you again to Jason if you're still hanging out, and to his audience for swinging by and saying hello. If you're on Instagram, I hope to see you guys over on Twitch next time. That's where the party is. And me in the meantime, same to TikTok. I will see all of you tomorrow at 5 o'clock Pacific time. because that's when we're doing our next stream for St. Patty's Day. And we'll probably be playing some more games that are like related to. We'll probably do some games that you guys can join in on. But yeah, let me end this live, and I'll send you guys over to Whitney. Again, see you guys tomorrow at 5 o'clock Pacific. Bye-bye!